Hello and welcome to another tutorial here at CapoX Productions. My name is David. It is a beautiful, glorious, sunny day in Cape Town, South Africa, where I'm recording this from. I hope that you are having an equally wonderful day wherever you are. Today we're going to be looking at the tutorial for Hold On by Justin Bieber. We're going to be taking a look at the chords, the tabs for the intro, and the bass line as well. A couple of things before we jump into the tutorial. If you want the tabs, chords, etc., you can get those in the link in the description. It'll take you to my Patreon page, but don't worry, you don't have to pay for anything. You can just download those. But of course, I will be including them in this tutorial below. All right, let's jump into things. All right, I'm going to break this tutorial up into two sections. The first section is going to be like the tabs and the bass line, which is really a lot of fun to play, and it's not too difficult. And then the second part would be the chord progression that you would play along with the song if you're just strumming on your guitar. Right, so let's jump into it. The very first thing we need to get down is the intro. Now, this intro is kind of like a hook that runs the whole way through the song, and specifically appears in the intro, in the verse, and in the second half of the chorus. So I'm going to show you how to play this. It's real simple. You're going to start with your third finger on the 4th fret, and you're going to pluck that note with your thumb. Then your middle and index finger are going to play the open strings. First string, second string. So thumb, middle, index. Then you're going to play your thumb one more time, and then your middle finger on the first string one more time. So in a nutshell, that's the first bar. Then the second bar is real simple. You're going to move to the second fret with your first finger. Now, this is an important thing to notice, that here I'm playing the 4th fret with my third finger, so that I can get to the second fret with my first finger. You might say, oh, I'll just use my first finger twice. Do not do that. Okay, if you can help it, rather use your third finger and then move to your first finger. Otherwise, you're just strengthening your first finger, and your first finger is going to become like a beast, and then the rest of your fingers are going to be like really weak. So don't do that. All right, so first and second bar. Second bar, exactly the same pattern with your right hand. Thumb, middle, index, thumb, middle. Then we're going to do the same pattern, except this time, easiest bar in the entire song, open 5th string. You don't have to do anything with your left hand. And then you're going to go back to the 2nd frets. Then it repeats more or less. There's a slight change on the second time. Which is right here at the end, where your thumb doesn't go back to the 5th string on the 2nd fret, but it actually just moves up one string. And that is the hook that is played again in the intro, the verse, and the second half of the chorus. I'll play it all together so you can get an idea of what it sounds like. Right, now let's take a look at the lead into the chorus. The last line, let me just read through the lyrics here. You know you can call me if you need someone. So that part, it does change slightly. This is the last part of the verse going into the chorus. So here, instead of playing with our third finger, we're actually going to move to our first finger. And the reason for that is we're actually moving up the neck. So we need our second, third, fourth finger in front of our first finger to be able to pick up the next notes. So lead into the chorus. Exactly the same with the right hand. Then you're going to go to the 6th fret with your thumb. And then open 5th string. So all in all, it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That last A, that last 5th string, is going to last for 8 counts in total that you just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we get to have some fun going into the bass line for the chorus. This is a lot of fun. We're going to start off with our third finger on the 4th fret. We're going to play that twice. Then our first finger is going to pick up the 2nd fret on the 4th string. Da, da, da. You're going to play that 3 times. Then we're going to move our first finger up to the 2nd fret, but on the 5th string. And then hop down again. Then open, open, open. But now when we go back to the 2nd fret, we're not going to use our first finger. We're going to use our 2nd finger after the open string. So make a mental note. When you go back to the 2nd fret after the open, 2nd finger. Then our 2nd finger is going to hop up, and then it's going to hop down again. 2, 1, 2. All right, the reason why we reposition to our second finger is so that our first finger is available for that pesky 1 on the first fret. 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to continue and repeat that bass line. Second fret with our first finger. This is all good. Open. Then we're changing to our second finger. 2, 2, 2, and then up 1 string. Oh, here actually you don't go up 1 string. You just play the open 6th string, and then 2, 1, 2. Open, open. 2, 1, 2. And that would be the bass line that you'll be playing for the first half of the chorus. Once you've done that, then you'll go back to the main hook that we played at the beginning. But let me play the bass line in its entirety for the beginning of the chorus. All right, that's it. Then the second half of the chorus, you'll play the opening hook. You might find that it's a bit of a challenge to sing and play at the same time. The more you practice and the more you get comfortable playing the plucked parts with your right hand, it'll become more comfortable. So don't stress too much about that if it does feel a little tricky at first. Great, that's pretty much the whole song. So the bass line you'd play at the first half of the chorus, and then the hook you kind of play the whole way through the song. If you listen to the second verse, you'll notice that the hook isn't really there, but you can still play it. It'll still sound great. Unfortunately, there isn't a guitar part, I don't think, in the beginning of the second verse. So don't let that bother you. But either you can just play this hook, or you can play the chords that I'm about to go through. So let's take a look at the chords. The first chord we're going to look at is the C sharp minor chord, but we're playing it as an open power chord. So here you'll play with your first finger on the 4th fret, then your third finger on the 6th fret of the 4th string, pinky finger on the 6th fret of the 3rd string. And we're going to use this strumming pattern, down, down, up, up, down. And then we're going to shift this entire shape on the 4th fret and 6th frets. We're going to shift it to the 2nd fret and 4th frets. Same pattern, down, down, up, down. And then we're going to shift 2 more frets back down to what would be an A2, down, down, up, down. And then we'll slide back up, down, down, up, down. And then we'll repeat that. But on the second time, we'll go to an E major chord. Yeah, and that really is the whole song, except for the lead in before the chorus. Again, it's that line, you know, you can call me if you need someone. Here it would go C sharp. You can call me if you... E major, A2. All right, so it would be C sharp, B, you can strum that twice, and then E twice, and then A, let ring. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, etc. Then it goes back into the chorus. And of course, you don't have to play the bass line, you can play the same progression. Just a reminder, the chords for the whole song, you can get those in the link in the description too, and that should clarify exactly what chord you're playing when. If you are still listening, you can feel free to like and subscribe if you find this stuff helpful, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye everyone.